Yeah, no, I'm here. I was just listening. Okay. First of all, let me just put it this way. I don't think it's appropriate to look up my posts on social media and bring other commenters in any of this in a work environment. Okay. Your reference to Aaron Cooper's comment. First of all, let me just put it this way. Aaron's got more talent playing that guitar and his picking fingers than I do in my entire understanding of music. So you really shouldn't bring him into that. Okay. Second, the comment he made about modern AI and drum machines, splitting that up. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I don't think he was referring to as drum machines from back in the 70s or 80s being like AI, because the term modern AI is a little bit silly to me. AI is modern, so you just say AI. Now there was the AI concept back in the 80s or whenever it was. I mean, the Terminator movie, silly stuff like that. However, it was not a thing. Now, to explain the concept of drum machines a little bit better for you, you would have a drum machine that would either, have some form of programming it or hitting pads. Either way, you would have to have a human that would construct that drum to be how they wanted it for a song. Even the pre-recorded ones that were in a loop, like you could select, rock beat or jazz beat or whatever, those were made by somebody and stored in a bank in that device, in that console, that you could export out or do it live direct to a 4-track or whatever you had at the time. And of course, today is a DAW, et cetera, direct to your computer. But still, even then, somebody manually hit those pads or constructed it they physically did this, right? They didn't use a computer to generate it and then spit it out. That's the difference with drum machines. And as you said, you use Suno, right? There's a huge difference than typing in Suno. Hey, make me a drum beat, make me a rock beat, make me a jazz beat. There's a big difference, because the A in AI is artificial. It's not human. It's not human built. So now moving on to your other point about piano roll being the same thing as AI. No, it's not. It's programmed. In a piano roll, you got a grid, right? You got various cymbals, toms, snares, kick drums, yada, yada, yada. And you can move those little blocks around to construct it. Sometimes, like I do, I have a program that takes your drum beat, snaps it to a grid, and then spits it out as a MIDI, which goes into that piano roll. I do that because I like the plugin that I have for the sound for that. Not as much anymore, but that doesn't even matter. So you can take those blocks and move them around. Like if something got missed or something, you need it quantized, right? You need to be in perfect time, and you can move those blocks around. Even if you start at scratch and you didn't play anything, you can open up that piano roll and plug those blocks in. But you know what? You're still taking your mouse or your pen or whatever you got, and you're still building it. You're still writing it. You're still creating it yourself. You're not typing in a computer or a device, hey, generate this for me, and then it spits it out. There's a giant difference in human physical movement than typing in a box. Now, don't give me typing in a box is physical movement. If you're gonna bow down to that for your defense, then this conversation is over. But there's an enormous difference. Okay, now, did you really just say there's no difference in a person playing the drums or? You're not the first one that's told me that. No difference in a person playing the drums or a person typing in Suno, because it's still a person thinking it. I want to ask you this. Tell me there's no difference in this. All right? If there's no difference in this, I'll eat my drumsticks. All right? Tell me there's no difference between, I'll just do a basic beat. the toms and everything. That's it. You're telling me there's no difference between that and typing in a box, hey, generate a basic beat. You telling me there's no difference? Because if your argument is that a person thought it, then guess what? I want to type in a box my thoughts. Hey, make the Batmobile pop up in my driveway. Guess what? It's not going to happen. Now, I admit, if AI ever got cool enough to where it could put the Batmobile in my driveway, I would start using it more. Not gonna lie, but now I'm getting silly, and I'm kind of doing that intentionally. Look, the thing is, a thought is not going to make it completely legitimate. Okay, I understand that you want to have a song produced, and you have a thought. Hey, I want this. I have a thought in my head of a song I want it to be made. Great, go in AI and do it, but don't put it out there. Hey, this is my new band. Check out my badass drum beat. It's not like that. The Lady song, where I use the samples that somebody else made, right, manually, except for the trash hi-hats I put in there, which I admitted, put out there openly. That was made by somebody else, but they were samples, not AI. Okay? If you're gonna, my point is, you just be truthful about it. There's stuff that you're gonna play. If you do play anything, there's stuff you're gonna. No, that was actually my point, right? That I'm making right now. You can play legit instruments, and there's still gonna be people that tell you it's AI. Sometimes maybe use a really crappy plugin that distorts it all the pieces, throws fragments and artifacts everywhere, and it ruins it. Or you might have an old song, which I've done this twice, 3 times maybe, and I hate it. I'll never do it again. But I used AI to split the stems up so I could try to get it remastered. Okay, it just destroys it. It puts those artifacts everywhere. It makes the cymbals and everything in snare, especially the higher end, higher pitch stuff, makes them sound really, really garbage and gargly and kind of underwater, wobbly. Those kind of things. I mean, there is a difference, and even so, there are people that will tell you, look, my old band Blister, there's people that tell me, like, if I play it during one of my shows, there's people that tell me that was AI. There's no way. It wasn't even a thing then. But the thing is all you can do is be truthful about it. Okay? All right, so now you're just attacking my... Look, if you want to attack my music and tell me it sucks, that's fine. I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings, okay? I got a thick skin. But I thought that we were having a discussion about how to improve. You hired me to do this today to tell you the difference between physical, human, and AI, because you want to improve your AI. You're paying me right now to give you these facts, and this is what I'm giving you. So if you don't want the facts, then why are you paying me to sit here and tell them to you? Look, you want to justify using Suno? You don't have to justify it. You just have to be truthful about it. If somebody makes a song made out of AI and they said, this is my creation, I put in a prompt, I want an elegant song that does this and does that, and then it spit it out, I'm going to respect that 1,000 times more than somebody trying to say there's no difference between using AI and getting back on that drum set or picking up a guitar or whatever, or even a freaking kazoo. There isn't, you start. Yeah, I've heard that. Look, I can. Musicians are not afraid of you AI users. Okay, we're not worried. I'm here to tell you the industry was tanking long before AI. Now, did you guys hire me to have a debate? Because I'm not going to do it. You're offended. Okay. I think you're confusing I'm offended with I don't like what you're saying. Those are two different things. Just simply not liking it is not being offended. And also, I can't change your opinion, nor do I want to. I don't like guacamole. If somebody tried to force me to like guacamole, I'd probably be very irritated. I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm just simply giving you facts, and you can use it for whatever you want. Kathy, you're still in here, supervisor? Okay, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. This conversation is childish and stupid. It just is. You asked me to give you these details, and I did, and all I'm getting is pushback in combative remarks. And I'm going to tell you, if this is the way this company does, I don't want to be part of it. I got. There's people I know personally that I can argue with. I'm not going to do it with complete strangers. It's not you don't pay enough for me to deal with that. No, I'm not saying I'm quitting the company. I'm saying I'm not going to be part of it. This is a separate thing you wanted me to do. You dragged me out of the other stuff to come in here and talk to you and have this conference. Okay, well, I did say I don't want to be part of the company. Hey, listen, I like the other work I was doing. I don't want to do this. Okay. I didn't say anything about you using AI in a degrading way at all. In fact, I specifically said you want to use it, go ahead. Just don't claim it to be something different. I did not insult you in any way. If you feel insulted, that's because you can't accept what AI really is. You know what? I'm not doing this. This is supposed to be a professional conference with a professional company. I'm not doing this. Kathy, give me a call if you want. You got about 30 minutes before I gotta jump in the shower and get ready for my show tonight. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow at work. But don't include me in any more of these. That $5 bonus to come and hang out and do this, it was more of a courtesy because you flattered me by talking about my musical history and education. So yeah, you baited me into this, and I don't appreciate it. I feel like I got pushed into a group of over emotional AI users that they're going to be defensive no matter what I say. So, all right, I'm ending my conference part right now. You guys have a fun conversation, and I'll talk to you later.